Understandable English podcast.
Learn English the easy way.
I just came back from a date and I need you to tell me honestly, how many red flags can one person ignore before it becomes a sport?
That already sounds like you ignored more than a few. Also, welcome back to the Understandable English podcast. I'm guessing this was not a peaceful evening.
Peaceful? Jessica, I was trying to figure something out the entire time, like whether I was on a date or in a group therapy session with one person talking.
That's usually not a good sign.
No, but I stayed. I stayed the whole time. Even when I should have run into a problem and left immediately, I just sat there smiling like everything was fine.
That's your specialty. Ignoring obvious problems until they introduce themselves directly.
If you're listening, tell us in the comments what your biggest dating red flag is, because I think I just experienced a full collection pack.
A collector's edition of bad decisions.
Exactly. So it started with texting. Right away. I should have known.
Texting is always the first test.
Yeah, and I keep in mind all those advice videos like if they reply after 6 hours, they're not interested. This person replied after like a philosophical amount of time.
A philosophical amount?
Like long enough that I started questioning reality.
That already sounds emotionally unstable.
Then I thought, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I need to get the wrong idea out of my head and just go.
Or maybe your first idea was correct.
Don't say that yet.
I'm just observing.
So I go anyway. I arrive early because I'm trying to be a responsible adult for once.
That alone is impressive.
But then they show up late. Not like 5 minutes late. Like I had time to start a new life and come back late.
That's a strong red flag.
But I told myself, maybe they're just busy. Maybe I should figure something out and not judge too fast.
You already know the answer, but okay.
We sit down and immediately they start talking about themselves. No pause, no breathing space. Just full autobiography mode.
Another flag.
I know, but I still thought, maybe we just need time to hit it off.
You're very optimistic for someone surrounded by warnings.
I thought chemistry takes time. But it turns out I was just listening to a one-person podcast.
That's ironic, considering what we do here.
I know. It felt like the Understandable English podcast, but only you're not allowed to speak.
That sounds exhausting.
It was. But here's the weird part. I still didn't leave.
Of course you didn't.
At one point, they ordered food from me without asking. Just decided.
That's not a red flag, that's a parade.
I was confused, but I didn't want to make it awkward, so I just said, "Oh, yeah, sure, that's fine."
You need to stop doing that.
I know. I keep thinking maybe I'm just being polite, but actually I'm just collecting emotional injuries.
That's one way to describe it.
In the conversation, Jessica, it was only about their ex. Like 70% ex, 30% random facts about traffic.
That ratio is concerning.
At some point, I tried to redirect the conversation, but it didn't work. It just bounced back to the ex again.
Emotional gravity pull.
Exactly. I even tried to figure something out in my head, like how to change the topic smoothly, but my brain just froze.
That's usually a sign you're not comfortable.
I think I was comfortable in a weird way. Like mentally checked out, but physically present.
That's worse.
Probably.
Also, just to point it out gently, late arrival, self-centered conversation, ordering for you, constant ex talk. This is a full list already.
I know. But I kept thinking maybe I'll suddenly hit it off with them at some point.
That moment never came, did it?
No, it felt like waiting for a bus that's not on the schedule.
That's a good metaphor for this date.
At one point they said, I don't really ask people questions because I prefer to talk about deep things.
That's not deep. That's just one-sided.
I nodded like I understood.
Of course you did.
I even laughed at jokes that weren't jokes, like my brain just auto-approved everything.
That's social survival mode.
I think I should keep in mind that silence is not rude if the other person never lets you speak anyway.
That is surprisingly accurate.
If this sounds familiar to anyone listening, please tell us in the comments because I need emotional validation that I'm not the only one who stays too long in these situations.
I think a lot of people have been there.
So eventually the date ended. I think they thought it went great.
Of course they did.
They even said, we should do this again soon. And I just smiled like a broken lamp.
That's a vivid image.
I left and immediately felt confused. Like, was I the problem or was I just too polite?
Sometimes you're just reacting to pressure in the moment.
I think I get the wrong idea sometimes about what being nice means.
Being nice doesn't mean ignoring your own comfort.
That's hard for me to remember in real time.
Most people only understand it afterward.
On the walk home, I kept replaying everything. Like, why did I stay? Why didn't I leave? Why did I say yes to everything?
That's your brain trying to process it.
I also realized I was trying to figure something out the whole time, but the answer was just no.
Sometimes the answer is simple.
Simple but embarrassing.
Those are the worst kinds of lessons.
Okay, wait, before we move on, I need to say something important.
Go ahead.
Dating is weird, like really weird, because you go in hoping to hit it off with someone, but sometimes you just hit your own patience limit.
That's a much more honest description.
Also, I think I need to be more careful with my energy. I felt completely drained after one dinner.
That's useful information.
If you're listening and you've ever stayed on a date just because you didn't want to be rude, you're not alone.
And maybe also leave earlier next time.
Yeah. Noted.
Let's shift a bit. What do you think was the biggest red flag?
Honestly, the talking. Just the endless talking.
Fair.
But also the fact that I ignored it all.
That's the part you actually control.
Yeah, I think I need to figure something out about my own boundaries more than anything.
That's the real takeaway.
Okay, I feel like this episode is turning into therapy.
Slightly, yes.
So let's do a lighter moment. I need vocabulary or something before I emotionally process my entire personality.
Good idea.
But before that, if you're enjoying this, maybe subscribe? Because I feel like this is helping me understand myself and also ruining my dating confidence at the same time.
Balanced impact.
Okay, vocabulary time before I spiral again.
Let's do it.
First phrase, figure something out. I was doing that the whole date. Unsuccessfully.
It means to understand or solve a situation.
Example, I tried to figure something out about whether this date was going well or not.
Next is run into a problem.
Meaning you face an unexpected issue.
Example, I ran into a problem when I realized I couldn't leave politely.
Then keep in mind.
That means remember something important.
Example, I should keep in mind my own comfort next time.
Next is turnout.
Meaning what actually happens in the end.
Example, it turns out the date was a disaster.
Then get the wrong idea.
That means misunderstanding something.
Example, I got the wrong idea about how interested they were in me.
And finally hit it off.
Meaning to connect well with someone.
Example, we were supposed to hit it off, but we didn't even start.
That's painfully accurate.
It usually is in your stories.
All right, I think we survived the vocabulary section without emotional damage.
Barely.
Okay, I guess it's time to wrap this up.
Yeah, let's close it.
My final thought is, if something feels off early in a date, it probably is, and I should trust that more.
That's a good place to start.
Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope your dating experiences are slightly less confusing than mine.
And if they're not, at least you're not alone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay. I tried to figure something out, ran into a problem immediately, kept in mind all the advice I forgot to follow. Turned out I got the wrong idea about the whole situation and definitely did not hit it off. But at least I survived the date.
That is the lowest bar of success I've ever heard, but still technically success.